What's going on, guys? This is Life of E.L.T here, and today's story is a pretty interesting one. And it's kind of a childhood story because this takes place when I was 9 years old, and it's about the time when I got lost in my backyard. If you guys enjoy this story, make sure you leave a like, and let's just start this. This story takes place when I was 9 years old, like I said. It was a very normal day. I got up, I ate breakfast, I had sausage and eggs this day, and after I ate breakfast, I got dressed and I went outside. And usually when I would go outside, I would sit on the swing set, and that's what I was doing. And even when I was a kid, like 6 years old, my grandmother would record me and take pictures of me walking and running around the yard, which was pretty cool. But she didn't take pictures of me this time. She just watched me walk around the yard and just swing on the swing set. But when she did actually record me, one time I was just walking around the yard just exploring stuff, and I bumped into a tree and I busted my lip, which did not feel good. So my grandmother was like, "Oh Lord, let me stop videoing." So she stopped the recording and had to come check on me because I hit a tree and my lip was busted. And I wasn't bleeding or anything, luckily. It just felt painful for a while, and it got better. But a few minutes after me being outside, my grandmother actually went back inside because she was cooking and she did not want to burn the food up, and I don't blame her. And when it was time for me to come back inside, I got up off the swing and I didn't know where the door to my house was located, which basically led to me getting lost in my backyard. And basically, I was trying to find the door from my backyard. I was trying to find the back door so I can go in there, and then I can just go inside and do whatever I want. But I couldn't find the back door. I didn't know what it was. So I just kept walking around and I found the front door. I tried to open it, but apparently the door was locked and I couldn't open it. I rang the doorbell too. I've knocked on the door several times and my grandmother wasn't answering. And according to her, she was actually on the phone talking to her aunt. It was Aunt Yvonne, and my grandmother was just talking to her about stuff, and she didn't know where I was. And I've heard this after the fact that this happened. I wasn't there for any of this. I have no idea what they talked about. But basically, I was just walking around my backyard trying to find my way around to the back door to get in the house. And I couldn't find it, and I felt a hole in the street or in the gravel that I was walking on. And some lady was like, "Are you okay?" So that lady grabbed me and took me to her back porch. And I did not know this person. This was some stranger. So basically, I had to sit down and wait for my grandmother because my grandmother had to call 911 because she was worried about me. And plus, I had a completely broken phone. It did not work. So I couldn't call my grandmother or anybody to explain the situation. So basically, I ended up sitting there for at least 25 minutes. It was crazy. And it was very cold outside. I didn't have a coat on. I maybe had a light jacket on, but I did not have like a heavy coat on. And this lady that sat me down had to cover me up. And once my grandmother arrived, she got me. She found me sitting down in a chair at someone else's house who I obviously do not know. And she basically took me to the police car because the police found me there. And I had to be placed inside the back of the police car. And they escorted me back home. And my grandmother said to never do that again, which I agreed not to. And this situation could have been handled a lot better if I had a completely working phone that I could use to call someone on, but on this certain day I did not have one. So that was my fault right there. That was mistake number one. And once I got home, my grandmother ended up running some errands. She had to basically go to Apex, North Carolina. I think she had to take an obituary to a funeral home as they were having a funeral in like a couple weeks, according to her. I don't know much about it. But everyone was safe in the end. I was safe. I never walked around my backyard ever again without parental supervision because that's not safe. And that's it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the story. And if you did, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to this channel. God bless you all and peace.